Hello, I'm Dusha Agarwal and you're watching News Flash. India is set to pull its first batch of military personnel from the Maldives on Sunday as the island nation moves closer to China. President Joe Biden reveals plans for US military to construct a temporary port along Gaza's Mediterranean coast to facilitate significant humanitarian aid deliveries by sea. 5 people died and over 10 injured in Gaza when a humanitarian airdrop went awry, with a parachute failure causing a pallet to crash into the civilians waiting for food. France inscribed the guaranteed right to abortion in its constitution on March 8, a powerful message of support for women's rights on International Women's Day. Despite recent Taliban crackdowns on protests and activist detentions, small group of Afghan women are gathering in private spaces to demand the lifting of harsh restrictions on their freedom. Amid a cash crunch, Donald Trump secured a $91.6 million bond to delay payment of the verdict in E. Jean Carroll's defamation case while he appeals, dispelling doubts about his ability to raise the funds. India and the European Free Trade Association, consisting of Iceland, Norway and Switzerland, are set to finalize a trade deal on March 10. CBI discovered a sole agency in Delhi that facilitated the travel of 180 individuals to Russia, predominantly on student visas, with embassy personnel also under scrutiny. Turkey's President Erdogan hints at retirement, stating upcoming March local elections would be his last, signaling potential end to his lengthy tenure in power. US President Joe Biden warned that it would be tough to secure a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas by Ramadan. Pakistani court sentenced a 22-year-old to death for blasphemy over insulting WhatsApp messages about Prophet Muhammad and his wives. American politicians inundated with calls from TikTok users unhappy at plans to force its parent company to sell the social media app. Iran accused of human rights violations including crime against humanity for repression of protest and gender discrimination. OpenAI reinstates CEO Sam Altman to board after turmoil, expresses full confidence in leadership. IMF declines intervention in Pakistan's domestic politics following PTI's appeal over polls review. Former Haiti coup leader Guy Philippe called for the resignation of Prime Minister Ariel Henry, declaring his intention to run for president and asserting his influence in the political landscape. 3 National Guard members and a Border Patrol agent perished in a helicopter crash near the Texas-Mexico border, highlighting the dangers inherent in border security operations. 6 individuals arrested by Turkey's intelligence agency on charges of espionage for Israel's Mossad intelligence service, marking the latest development in a series of such arrests. Odisha BJP declares it will contest upcoming Assembly and Lok Sabha elections solo, following failed alliance talks with ruling BJD. Congress releases a list of 39 candidates, including Rahul Gandhi, Shashi Tharoor and Bhupesh Baghel, in response to BJP's initial list of 195 candidates. Prime suspect in Bengaluru's Rameshwaram cafe blast captured on CCTV, boarding a bus an hour after the explosion, wearing a t-shirt, cap and face mask. Income Tax Appellate Tribunal rejects Congress Party's plea against Income Tax Department's action on its bank accounts, posing a setback ahead of Lok Sabha polls. Spa centers, glistening houses and luxury shops at Majnu Ka Tila. Hindu refugees from Pakistan in Delhi served eviction notices. NIA filed charges against another suspect in the Shivamogga ISIS graffiti case involving support for prescribed terrorist groups like ISIS and Lashkar-e-Taiba. PM Modi plans over 150 public meetings and a big roadshow in Varanasi as part of his intense Lok Sabha campaign post-Holi. Sources indicate a nationwide campaign for BJP starting after March 25. Food and Consumer Affairs Minister Piyush Goyal reaffirmed the government's plan to provide MSP guarantees for cotton, maize and pulses over the next 5 years. PM Modi inaugurated an elephant and jeep safari at Assam's Kaziranga National Park and Tiger Reserve during his maiden visit to the UNESCO World Heritage Site. The United States, Canada and Cuba will begin Daylight Saving Time (DST) on March 10, advancing their clocks by 1 hour. Reports suggest that Apple is gearing up to launch its next generation of iPhones, with anticipation building around the iPhone 16 series. That's all for the headlines of the day. For more updates, download the app and keep watching Ritam.